I don't think he has one.
Interesting. A design choice that I personally would not have made. So right off the bat, we see Quil going for a mix in 1-1, but he misses it by a decent amount, getting laser there. So what Quil was doing was a little setup right there. We call it a recoil mix to try and get wheel in 1-1. Basically, if you're able to mix those first two enemies, those first two waddle-doos, then you can get then you can mix them for wheel, which makes World 1 a lot faster. However, he missed it, and by a decent amount it appeared. But he still had out of the 1-1. So, Funky, you want to explain mixing in this game?
Yeah, so mixing is when you inhale two enemies with when they both have abilities. They which there's a wheel that has a certain order of abilities that you get, and so when you're trying to mix one with the first one you inhale, whatever ability that has, that's where the wheel that's where the mix wheel starts. And in this case, they were trying to get wheel.
Yes. So yeah, whichever enemy you inhale first determines where the wheel starts. And if you inhale a waddle-doo, I'm not sure exactly which position on the roulette wheel the ability is for wheel, but people who practice it obviously know where it is, and you have a frame window between, I think it's like 3 to 5 frames to press A. It varies between Kirby games.
And I think it's 4 frames for this game.
I said 3 to 5. I was correct on average.
You are, but
So right now we see the first actually used ability in this game. I would not be saying that if Quil had gotten wheel, but burning right here pretty much just slingshots you forward, and it's the first movement-based ability that we're going to be seeing in this game. There are different movement-based abilities in here that we're going to see throughout the run, such as burning, wheel, high jump, and ball, to name the major players in this. But burning, as the description of the ability says, a burning tackle, you just launch forward. You're invincible for most of it, not at the end, however. And use it a lot in the early game, just not much afterwards. This Frosty boss right here, just slam your face into the wall, and the fire from your butt will burn him enough to kill him. It's the widely accepted strategy of ram your head into a wall until something works. That's also what we do for Wispy, as you will see on Quil's screen right now. Unfortunately, we don't get to see these amazing slam your face into things techniques enough in this run. Although, I mean, I guess you could argue that you still slam your face into things when you use ball, because, I mean, isn't Kirby just like all face? What is he? He's got feet and arms, but when he's in ball form, like, what is he?
Does he use face wash on his whole body?
That's a good question. Like, is Kirby like bald, or is he supposed to be like that?
Dan going for a soft reset, so he'll have health.
Yes, the soft reset in this game just brings you back to the title screen, and it gives you 2 lives and full health, as if you just like turned off your game and turned it back on. It does lose time, which is why it's not preferable. However, you can very easily do that in races to gain time. thiivdan going back to get burning for Wispy, which is good, not the fastest ability for killing Wispy in that you can get in World 1. Spike and Spark are actually, Needle and Spark are much faster. However, burning is very important in 2-1, which is why we use it.
Those burning hits may look just like spamming, but they're actually timed so that you don't miss hits. Well, not miss hits, but hits that don't do damage.
Bosses have a few invincibility frames after you hit them, So yeah, they're invulnerable for a little bit. So if you actually mash spamming, it looks a lot different, and you pretty much almost goes twice as fast as you saw those hits coming in. Ooh, unfortunate for Dan as he gets hit by that crash bomber. Fish room, just movement heavy. Avoiding the fish is faster than killing them with your water attack, because it pretty much just stops all your momentum and makes you drop, not like a rock, but just faster.
Quil actually intentionally took damage there because you could end up taking even more damage and losing time.
That is correct. So thiivdan's going to demonstrate to us in the upcoming wheelie fight. Well, we already saw it from Quil, but I'm pointing it out here. If you inhale 2 enemies to get the what we call a double star, which goes through enemies, you can actually kill mini bosses in 1 hit, as long as he gets this setup right here. And he looks to be struggling with it. He's inhaling much too early. There he goes. Oh, he panics and accidentally inhales it again. And it looks like he's just going to take sword in on this one. Cut his losses. Quil took Spark to fight that TikTok right back there, which Spark is one of the highest DPS abilities. So it's used to kill a few mini bosses in this game, actually. Most notably that TikTok, the double Poppy Bros fight, and wheelie at the very end in World 7. MK Cocoon, shut up as well.
Quil letting go of Spark at the exact right time, so gets a little boost, so you don't have to jump again after that first jump.
Yeah. And here we have Wheel, as I will say to MK Cocoon, hey look, they're using Wheel in World 2. Are you happy now? Wheel is another movement-based ability that we will see heavily in this game, and it's much more prevalent along top runners, because to have it through a larger part of the game, you need to do a lot of mixes. And you only really go for those mixes if you're going for a really, really good time, which is very hard, because if you mess it up, you essentially guarantee yourself a reset. It's a really big high risk, high reward maneuver, unless you're robotic with your mixes. Now you'll notice thiivdan killing all these enemies in a certain order. That is because they all spawn in a specific order. So if you just kill them in an order that you know, they will spawn in the order that you know. And because of that, we've kind of created a little pattern right here to do it in the quote-unquote correct and fastest order, while there is a bit faster to it. Quil getting through Paint Troller with not a lot of difficulty. Very good on him. Onto the TikTok fight. Getting all those jump cancels and looking really clean in this 2-1 for Quil. So high jump actually has 2 attack hitboxes, the initial jump and the little cancel, the blue star thing that you get when you press the attack button again midair. And you will see that play a big role in the Krakow fight later on. So Quil driving on up Butter Building and into the infamous 3-2 level. Infamous, I say, because of arguably one of the most difficult mid bosses. No, I'd say it's probably the most difficult mid boss in the game because of this movement. Sword has a massive DPS as well. The attacks do a ton of damage. Getting that freezy kill right there. Quil playing it safe, getting very good hits, and a very good Bugsy in 3-2 for Quil. That is a lot of people's time loss and time save in their runs. They'd be like, oh, I need a really good Bugsy, or Oh, my Bugsy and PB was awful. So it's one of the two for people. Quil getting a massive wheel mix right there. And we have another use of high jump. Again, heavily movement based and mostly necessary for butter building because everything in this world is vertical. It's just how it is. So C-Note in chat asks, what's the difference between this game and NES? Funky?
Well, this one is a big difference from the NES because a lot of the physics are actually different, and the whole, especially with ball, it's a big difference in so killing the bosses, I'm pretty sure it's actually easier in this one, and so it's used a lot more. And I also know of the NES one having some lag, but I feel like this is just a pretty good polished version of the one for NES.
And another demonstration of the invincibility candy from Quil. You don't see it very many times in the run. It's very sparsely used asset in the game. Butter building's got a lot of movement, and Quil sneaking by that frog right there. A very infamous frog, a very annoying frog. And into the dark room. This is one of the 2 or 3 dark rooms in the game. And it can be lit up with the ability light, as seen by that Halo dude with shades on. And why do you sigh at me saying Halo dude, Funky?
Because Halo dude is one of the top runners, and anything that has a joke in it, I just tend to snicker at.
So Sun and Moon, Quil does the reasonable thing and guesses Moon, like any rational, logical person would. And yes, that's a direct shot at MK Cocoon, who says, guessing is dumb and I don't like fun.
Guessing is dumb and I don't like fun.
Do you not guess?
I used to guess Sun, but then I tried not guessing and I just had way more fun.
Guessing is really fun. Guessing is what all the cool kids are doing these days.
If anyone's ever in my...
You're correct, MK. And Moon is always correct.
If anyone's ever in my chat, sometimes I'll ask them which one to guess.
Ooh, Quil going for the wheel mix and he gets it! He gets it, he gets it, he gets it! And he drops it, and then he gets it! Bugsy just keeps walking out of Dan's range there, which is really annoying. There's actually a massive hitbox on Sword's backswing that is nearly the size of the front swing, and it does just as much damage, and it's kind of really good.
Quil now grabbing Spark for the upcoming double Poppy fight.
As I said earlier, Spark eviscerates mid bosses for the most part. So this room that thiivdan is in right now, it looks really complicated and there's a bunch of doors and it's really annoying. But you just go up as far as you can. You just keep going up.
I call that stage final boss the stage, because I seem to always can't go through the doors.
Yeah, the hardest boss in the game in this game is the doors. Like Nightmare, piece of cake. Doors, don't even get me started on those monsters. So as in all Meta Knight arenas, as thiivdan's in right now, they all spawn in a certain order. But I'm not familiar with whatever strategy he's using right now.
It's an old powerless strat. And then you should grab high jump in the museum after this stage.
Yeah. In my race later today, you will see me do the high jump strategy. As MK will tell you, that strategy is unoptimal when you drop it. Now thiivdan takes access of the museum right there to grab the backup high jump. It's a cute little extra high jump that you can get right there for free.
Fan.
That doesn't cost anything.
So a lot of the stages in these games are made specifically for the items that you obtain right before them. So, like that last room that Quil went through was perfect for throw.
Yeah, and that room that thiivdan went in right after he killed Bonkers had the stump in it that you'd have to hit with either hammer or rock. And obviously they put hammer in the room right before it so you can grab the 1-up and the maximum tomato.
And it also just happens to be that the arena that Quil is about to go into is also perfect for using throw in it.
Yeah, throw is also really good for this. I don't know if throw is intended for this. It's really good though. Burning is very good for this room and the next room. So scripted. There's little spikes on the ground that Quil just burns right over. If you're actually standing on the ground, you get hit by them. It's very annoying. But even if you're like a few pixels off the ground, like you'll avoid them. The hitboxes on them, the collision detection is really weird. There's a lot that's just not consistent in this game, such as Bugsy's hurt boxes, where Bugsy can grab you. The list goes on. Heavy Mole.
Is Heavy Mole a hitbox problem or a hammer problem?
I don't know actually. I was just assuming it was Heavy Mole, but I think it might be hammer now that I'm thinking about it. Or a combination of both. And here we up to Quil is coming up to the Krakow Crushing tournament. Krakow's the only boss in the game that has this little pre-stage to it. It's kind of like a little climb up, doodle jump-esque looking thing.
Just seems like the
also guessing Moon as a reasonable human being.
It seems like the developers just wanted you to make sure you know how to use high jump for when you fight Krakow.
Yeah, a little training session. And here we go into Yogurt Yard with Quil.
The only time you use stone in the game, just a fall. And Dan using Tornado at the beginning of this level, the more beginner-friendly version instead of using Wheel.
I will point out that in that last room of 5-1, Tornado does not destroy blocks in this game. It sucks. Quil, in that last level, he kind of slid off that last little block platform like in midair, and he landed on the slope and started running up the slope. That's slower by a few frames. You never want to run up a slope or down a slope because it's just slower. And I complain about that. That's the optimization that I care about. Quil with the Pots ball. The strat being named after Potsachu, an old runner from last tournament who did really, really well and then he just disappeared.
Ball is a very interesting power because it's actually the strongest in damage-wise, but it's invincible besides the very peak of its ball and when you hit the ground.
Yeah, which we might see become a problem in 7-2.
The infamous 7-2.
Another high jump session of very short high jumping. Short time-wise, not height-wise, because we get up. And nothing gets me down. You got it tough. Let's see if Quil goes for the Shoss turns. Whoa! Barely missed. Again, spike collision detection is weird. Doesn't really matter that he lost Wheel there, though, because we're going to use... Burning's going to have another cameo.
Quil coming up to the best stage in the game.
Yes, Quill's coming up on a phrase made... I guess you could say infamous again by Rocks. That's a Rocks 82 graph from me, dog. Another MK arena. Just know which order they come in. thiivdan, unfortunately, losing his Wheel right there. Wheel helps you tremendously in this room, as long as you can stay ahead of the breaking blocks. Even if it doesn't, Wheel's still good. Anyway, he's going to have to do the next room with ooh, ball swag is free.
And ball swag is free.
Oh, that was such good ball swag. Into Rock's ball. He's just wilding out right now. No one can stop Quil. Quil is in fire. He's in ball. Speaking of in fire, fire and burning are just two different abilities in this game. That
was an unfortunate death.
Quil not going for the Chooch ball in that room, even though Chooch ball's free. He goes for ball swag, but not Chooch swag? Unfortunate, dude. Unfortunate.
And the reason they do all this stuff with ball is because ball is actually kind of fast with moving.
thiivdan getting through the cloud room. You'll see him fall down at a few points as he did right there because this room eats inputs. Like, the inputs in this room are absolutely delicious to the game, as are the, making Kirby flash and a million trillion sprites on screen. It really slows things down. When you thought you were done from the lag management in KDL, it comes back to bite you literally in that one room and not many other places. thiivdan finessing that Meta Knight room. Not see Quil use wheel. Oof. thiivdan getting hit by that Sparky. Can he recover? No, he's not even going to go for it. He's just going to... Oh, right. thiivdan's brain is bigger than mine. I actually forgot about those burnings right there. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Dan, please. Dan, go up. Go up, go up, go up, go up. Go up. No! No!
Ooh. Quil is trying to go for ball mix, I believe.
Luckily, he'll be able to grab the 1-up. Yes, just like that. He's getting... No, no! Quil went for a ball, apparently, according to MK Cocoon. That involves in the Dan drama. Hammer kills this boyo fast. Talk about frame 1 mixes.
Frame 1 mixes are easy because in the mix wheel, if the power-up you're looking for is one after the one that you suck in, you can literally just hold down A and get it every time. That's used in 5-6 for the heavy mole fight, and it's going to be used later for ball.
(6-2) is very annoying because you don't want to lose Tornado in the later levels, and this area just has a ton of enemies in it. Also annoying. I guarantee I'm just gonna mess up that room that Quil like absolutely perfected. Embarrass myself.
That room is difficult.
It is. It is. Let's see if Dan soft resets. Oh, Dan! Dan the man. What are you doing? Dan!
Dan's just going for health, but...
Ooh, Quil. Good falling. It's not flying. It's falling with style. Dan in the mini climbing level. Quil with the burning.
Quil not grabbing Tornado.
So that means that Quil is in fact going for the wheel mix. The wheel mix in World 6 does save a decent amount of time. We will see if he gets it first try. Oh yes, look at that. Fully practiced. Wheel mix kind of sucks for bonkers because you kill him nowhere near as fast as with Tornado. Even the top runners, even the second place runner last tournament did typical Tornado kill for bonkers, and he's quite good at it with a 5-hit, 3-hit. I don't know how many hits it takes to kill with wheel, but with Tornado it takes 8, and you can get 4 in a cycle with a little bit of worry, with a little bit of risk. Oh yeah, you really have to be bold to go for that wheel movement. I'm sure Quil only did that because he knew that he was a decent portion ahead. Yeah, I can't explain Shasta to you, MK. He's a interesting character.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
Shasta is really good. His choice of strats is unorthodox. Where he goes hard and where he goes safe.
It's the no
But
shot.
I do know one thing. Shasta goes faster. Faster.
Thanks for the clarification.
I tried, man. I really tried. Ooh, Dan hitting the ball. He could go back and grab it. But it looks like he's not going for that. He might take Spark. No, he's not. He might take Sword. He is taking Sword. Yeah, Wheel is really helpful in that room that Quill's in right now. It's so much faster than Tornado can be. And even then, Tornado's fast. Faster than the alternatives, I mean. Oh, Quil just missing that little platform right there. Can he save it? Yes, he can. All right, Quil gets the...
Ooh,
oh, no, he does.
Quil
He
missing
misses the ice block. Misses the double star. Not the end of the world. Not the best thing that could happen to him either. Luckily, the Frosty jumps in place, and he is easy to freeze. So yeah, somewhere along the lines in this level that Quill's in right now, the developers remembered, oh yeah, didn't we program those ice physics? Let's use these, right? So they put him in this level. And here we are. They're used a few more times in the game, but quite sparsely.
Dan just safely floating his way down.
Yeah, those are the easiest way to avoid damage in this room, and he gets the health as well.
Meta Knight is purely RNG, whether he will like block or let you hit him, so it can get annoying.
Yeah, he can block, he can jump, he can attack you, and all those things are really annoying and lose time. Luckily, when Meta Knight attacks you, you don't actually lose sword. Ooh, Dan looking like he's gonna have to fight the situation. That's painful.
Quil heading into the block room, which I guess the developers just got lazy and decided, hey, break some blocks.
Oh yeah, we added these to the game as well. On ice. Doesn't matter that he lost it here. We're seeing another Flame 1 mix for ball. Ooh, ball swag. Ooh, anti-swag. Back to swag? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think that was a swaggy enough to call it swag.
Alright, Quil is now going into the worst level of the game, which is just a mini boss rush.
For which ball is amazing, because it does a ton of damage, and Bonkers is trolling him right now. This is how I lost a 41 pace run.
Fan, giving him good RNG. Dan actually destroyed the ball, so now getting it to respawn. And Quil getting through 7-2. And Dan being more boring than not guessing and not going for ball swag.
I mean, I do that too.
It's free. There's no reason
it's
not to go
free.
for
Ball
it.
swag is not free. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what kind of balling you're doing. Ugh. Yeah, right. Ball swag. It's not free, man. That's all I'm saying.
Dan does not have ball, so for Fire Lion, he will either have to grab one of the enemies in there. I'm pretty sure fire is the best one for that.
Well, whenever I've lost it, I've gotten for sword. And he goes for fire, so I appear to be incorrect.
Cool going through the series of just little rooms like this with different enemies.
Yeah. We call them the clock rooms. Ah. Thank you, MK, for that clarification.
Dan having some trouble with that wheel room, but I'd say it's pretty tough.
Yeah, I'm still not 100% consistent at it, admittedly. So now Quil is taking Spark into this next fight, which is a wheelie fight. Spark doing a ton of damage. However, Crash is typically faster, but you have to rely on luck there. Because he has to spit out... He does just barely not enough damage. And you have to wait for him to spit out a wheelie.
Oh, Quil losing Wheel in the wind tunnel.
Yeah. You're really going to want Wheel for the next level. However, it's okay if you don't have it.
I don't know if that death was intentional to try and get the mix or not. Which Quil did get.
So there's Quil back with Wheel, knowing that he could probably save some more time with it than without it. Because it is slow. So 7-6, interesting level, because it is kind of a reimagining of Kirby's Dream Land, the original one, and I have seen enough of that game for a lifetime, having played it and commentated and watched that whole tournament. No offense to Todd, man, but, like, it's KDL, man. So this level looked a lot better in the original Kirby's Adventure, which, as we said earlier, this game is based off of, because the enemies were in black and white, but now they all are in color and everything looks out of place. And I forgot to mention the Nut Shack. Jeez, what is wrong with...
I got you. I mentioned it when Quil was on it.
I missed it. I must have been, like... That must have been one of the times I told you to cover. Anyway, this is a throwback to KDL. And in KDL, you can't get any abilities, but this game says otherwise.
Quil going for a ball mix that looks instant, but it's actually the second one, so there is some timing base.
Yeah, it's not an instant mix. Oof, unfortunate death for Dan right there. Quil coming in with the ball on DDD. You're going to hope for him to inhale there, because then you can get a sickeningly fast kill like that one. And that is a reminder that Tito Dickman Baby raised Phil, and he does love the ladies. Courtesy from 8 Resolution.
Quil's now fighting Orb, which is just mash and memorize the pattern, his attack patterns.
Yeah. At a crude level, as long as you know the game well enough, the final boss fight, both orb phase and non-orb phase are scripted. Same thing happens every time. So, unfortunately, the final boss is not very exciting. Other final bosses may be more exciting than this, including the Doors, not the band. Although I really do like Light My Fire. Good song. Yeah, when I played Kirby's Adventure, I can tell you that I actually failed orb multiple times. And this was even on the 3DS version as well. This wasn't on the super laggy NES version. For those of you who don't know, I'm a D cheater as well. And DC Dream Collection emulates the original games pretty closely. Lag N included.
There's just something about the original Kirby's Adventure where I feel like Nightmare just seems a lot more intimidating, so he feels like a better final boss.
I think it's the color scheme. Quil coming up on the final hit. Timing ends when the star makes contact with this wizard. He's done 40.56, which is a very respectable time, and still beats a large portion of the leaderboards.
That was easy.
I forgot about that.
I was waiting.
Ming!
And as you can see, Dan just going for the tornado strategy in Orange Ocean.
Yeah, tornado strategy is to be expected from him, I'd say.
Yeah, it's way better for beginners.
And people who don't like mixes like me. Yeah, on some level, I'm not degenerate enough because I don't have a 41 still, somehow, sadly. So I'm pretty sure... one thing I'll point out about Nightmare is that you can hit him with the jumping attack, but it just does so much less damage than shooting a star at him that there's no reason on earth in doing it.
Like a crazy amount of less damage. I watched someone do a fight that was all of like melee hits, and it took forever.
I probably did that in like my first playthroughs of the game just because it's like super safe and you don't know the pattern. Once you know the pattern, it is free, like Free, that spells free. So yeah, as you can see, we barely talked about the actual final fight and other things as well. thiivdan. Oh, unfortunate, getting hit by that by the Gordo in the water, which immediately destroys your ability. It's the Nut Shack. It's the Nut Shack. And the Horizontal Nut Shack Part 2. Less exciting.
Losing Tornado in Orange Ocean is pretty bad, all because of, in the later levels, especially the UFO room in 6-6. UFO Tornado is just so great to have in there.
UFO room without an ability is a nightmare. Like, no pun intended. So Quil, if you'd like to come in for an interview right now and commentate the rest of the match, honestly, you may. Just hop into the Discord. Quil will be joining us momentarily for some terrific post-match interview. Thoughts on the race as it's going down right now. And those two statements were contradictory.
Dan dying in the UFO room on purpose, it seems.
Hello.
Hey, Quil.
That was actually not a bad run. I mean, after missing wheel at first, I was like, oh, this probably isn't going to go very well. But to be quite honest, I was pretty happy with that run.
To quote the old adage, this run sucks. But yours didn't.
7-5 was pretty bad. Those pigs, man, they have a lot of... They take victims. They take no hostages.
No, those pigs are very much random. One of the few things that you can't control in this game.
Yeah. Let's see. There was just... It was just really good sprinkled with really bad, honestly. Really bad, meaning mostly RNG. But, yeah, I was happy with that. I was happy with that.
Well, good. I'm glad. You did put up a sub 41 time, which is respectable.
Yeah,
very much
sure.
Most situations.
At one point I was like, this probably isn't even going to sub 41, but I'm glad I did. So yeah, kudos to Dan. Honestly, this game's hard. This game is pretty hard.
Yeah, among its top runners and its most adoring fans, they do agree that the game sucks.
Oh, yeah, Meta Knight can be a big problem because of how many times he can block. Yeah. Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, sadly. And I mean, yeah, Meta Knight's huge in the RNG. Like, Chuchers was my reaction to having a near perfect Meta Knight fight. I think he blocked once.
He blocked he blocked like 4 times or something. But I didn't get hit by him. That was really nice. Yeah. Especially considering the fact that I had 1 health, I was like, "There's no way I'm not going to get hit here," and then I don't. So yeah.
I mean, if you ever think that I'm totally safe going into this fight with 3 health, then you're going to die. If you think, oh, there's no way I'm dying with 3 health, or I'm definitely dying, and then you soft reset, you're not going to die from full health.
Oh, and he takes death from the Waddle Dees.
Yeah.
Now, Block Room Powerless, Powerless, probably not. He'd probably do his best going for Spark, just because Spark destroys blocks really quickly.
Hey, he's not going for that.
Yeah.
Oh, why'd he spit that out? Oh, well.
Ooh.
Hasa go faster. Ooh, and it looks like that's so unfortunate. Just barely messing up the mix setup. That's a tongue twister.
There's that hit right there. Yikes.
Did he take a tactical death? Oof. Missing it one more time.
That mix is hard, honestly. I don't know how I'm so consistent at it. Especially considering the thing that I go for. What I do is I jump back and then I jump and then inhale, but they're pretty far apart, so you have to time your sucking really quickly, or really well rather.
The alternative, much safer strat is just waiting a bit, because they will always walk together and pretty much stand on the same.
He can't take an intentional death now. He's gonna game over if he does that.
But if you play it too safe, you'll get hit by a cannonball.
He just has to inch a little bit closer to the stone guy to have his inhale get the sword guy too.
Yeah, you have to really just time your inhale there. It's kind of something that you figure out as you go through the game, like when to inhale 2 enemies, when to inhale 1 enemy, all from staying on the same spot, just from judging their movement, learning how jumping affects it. Because when you jump, you definitely more than likely take both enemies.
Dan going into 7-2 with 3 health and no life.
Bold, 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 bold. A true hero if he makes this out.
I don't even think I could make this out.
No, I could not. That's why I wimped out on my old PB run. Oh, he's so smart. So consistent. He's gonna have to clutch out this Bugsy. Ah!
Ooh.
Oh no, he's just bouncing around and he gets it. Pog you. Pog you.
Sometimes I think I'll be fine if I just bounce on Bugsy's head when he has 1 health, but Bugsy's hurt box is just so big that when you think you won't get hit, you will.
Well, yeah, it's more of his hitbox versus hurt box.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's Bugsy's something else, my guy.
Very impressive for Dan to get out of there with the health he was on.
Very impressive. Ice room. So, the BTT project. Let's talk about that since we have a little bit of time. So, MK Cocoon, inspired by Super Mario Odyssey, as he is for most things, fashioning himself as Nick Rovita's son in some aspect. So he's stolen their point system. He's stolen their idea of best theoretical time. He hasn't stolen their quality gameplay. Luckily, that's one thing he hasn't stolen yet. But the idea for the point system in this comes from Odyssey. The idea of best theoretical time comes from Odyssey because they don't have tasks for Wii U games yet. So they kind of just split the game, as he's told me before, into about 20-second segments, and whoever's the best segment of those is the best theoretical time, BTT.
I'm gonna call it Cocoon. I think the term BTT is dumb. I like human best better.
But the abbreviation HB isn't as good. You just got hit with a no you, Funky. I don't know how you're gonna come back from that.
Well, judging by that logic, that means that the world record would be the full game BTT.
Yeah.
And so now that's what I call it.
Yeah. Unfortunate death right there. He is going to have to not soft reset, or hopefully not soft reset, to keep Spark to going into the wheelie fight. Wheelie, the giant wheel, goes faster. Funky, I'm mad I don't get that you're not in my group, and I don't get to race you.
Yeah,
because then we both have the webcam gameplay, or at least right now I've got webcam gameplay. I'm getting my old capture card back from the guy I lent it to at home. I just want to battle the webcams. Ah, yes. King Ding Ding Dong. Coming up soon. Up. Dan's feed is freezing. Can't speak English.
thievdan making it through the wind tunnel.
Wind tunnel is scary.
I've lost multiple runs to wind tunnel.
I've lost runs to the wind tunnel, and I have unfortunately seen many runs die to the wind tunnel.
Yeah, I've definitely lost many runs to the wind tunnel as well.
I'm terrified every time I go in there. You can just end the whole thing.
Very much so. If your spacing is just a little bit off, like, you're dead, kiddo.
Oh.
thiivdan back in Dreamland. Dreamland 1. I've always been interested in running a KDL 3.
KDL 3 sounds like a pretty interesting game to run. It does.
But people care about 97% because it takes skill or something. You know what's funny? How 97% is 97%. Because there's 3 minigames in the game, and completing each of the minigames counts as 1%. So there's actually 2 separate categories, 97 and 100.
I think I've played KDL 3 once to make a satirical video of top 10 Kirby games, and I just thought, man, I wonder if this has a good speedrun.
Well, KDL 3, important because it's part of the Cheaters collection.
Well, I haven't heard that before.
Well, I'm a D cheater, so I mean.
Yes, you are a D cheater. Fair enough.
Well, no, D cheater, Dream Collection. I used to run KDL 1 on that because I could. I didn't know any of the other speed games on there. So,
fair
definitely
enough.
From me.
It was so sad to know that my first Kirby game was Dream Collection Challenges.
Are you kidding me? Funky, that's the one game that I care about. Okay, I care about 2 games. I care about a few game speedruns. But that's the best category of like almost any Kirby game. Funky.
Yeah, because it seems like it's made for speedrunning. It has a timer.
It is. Funky, please run that game. I will be so happy. I will love you forever, more than I already love you.
Maybe.
Sniper did it. Sniper's a cool kid.
Sniper likes Katam.
Katam is a good game.
Okay, true. You do have a good point there. thiivdan finishing that orb up. On to final boss with 3 health. No problemo. Even if he gets cornered.
I have the button ready.
Just don't miss the last hit. Just don't miss the last hit.
Just don't miss the last hit, yes. So, as I was saying that this fight is scripted, like, he does all of his attacks in the same order every time. He did not get the most marks for being creative with his attacks. And if you miss the last hit, it resets to the first attack all over again. And it's a really long, boring, slow ordeal that you have to go through. And it wastes, like, what, 8 seconds or something? I don't care, but it's an arbitrarily large number of seconds.
That was easy.
Good job from Dan. That was easy. I don't know what the final time was. Why is there's no timer on screen?
SRL time was 59:56.
Sub hour.
And that tends to be a bit slower. So it's a bit closer to 59, probably 40 or so, 40, 47 maybe. So good stuff. Good stuff. Sub hour is good.
Yes, very much.
Ooh, 50-second PB. Let's go. Good stuff.
It's really hard to match your PB in this game in a race.
Yeah, when it's in a reset, it's a one and done show. So you just gotta hope for the best.
You really do. So there is a plot to this game, and it's all explained in the ending. And there's really nothing explained beforehand. So you can read up on the Kirby lore. It's kind of weak in this game. High key, much better in the 3DS games.
He's not wrong.
But GG's all around.
GG's.
Dan can head into chat if he can hear this.
I'm really excited to go back and watch the VOD because I had I was actually really happy with the things that I was doing, and it's always really fun to go back and listen to to what the commenters are saying that I can do better in most cases.
Yeah. That and paying attention to whatever MK Cocoon chirps in the chat.
I'm gonna watch chat like a hawk and make sure he doesn't say anything like, "Oh, he got 4-1 wheel."
I mean, I would not put that past. Yeah, we're talking a lot of crap about MK, but he's a organizer, and we thank him very much.
MK is a god amongst men. He's a good man.
I'll give us a Canadian easy button for MK.
That was easy.
That was easy.
That sounds the same.
It's Canadian, apparently.
No. Slightly higher pitched voice, maybe.
Time to plug the next race. There's some loser running on this called Chooch236, who will be up at 6 o'clock for his race. Really don't expect much from him. He's pretty pathetic.
Hey, don't undermine yourself.
That's what I say. Don't talk about my friends like.
I'm gonna be on commentary for that one. If I can get these Adobe flashes
Go for
to work.
ball swag.
Ball swag is free.
I will not be going for ball swag in this race.
Go for ball swag, or I'll roast you in chat.
Oh.
Yeah, Chooch is racing this ridiculously hard competitor named Blue Bomber. And if he shares, like, you know, Blue Bomber, Mega Man's nickname, like, if he shares anything similar with him, like, dude, I'm screwed.
Yikes.
Anyway, follow the runners, follow the commentators, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely follow the runners and commentators. We love follows. We love running this game for some unknown reason.
This game is interesting. Run powerless. Powerless is great.
Did Dark Soul just like take over your body for a quick second right there?
Probably. I don't know. I despite how RNG heavy that category is, it's really fun.
Yeah, I know like nothing about Pless.
Krakow and Heavy Mole are the worst ever.
Oh wait, yeah, that sucks.
Powerless just
so you mean
seems
KDL?
annoying.
Oh, actually, yeah, it's just KDL but longer. Powerless 7-2. Yikes. It's actually a lot easier. It's actually more consistent in Powerless, just because Ball isn't dumb. Or because Ball is dumb, Powerless isn't totally dumb.
Besides conceptually, it's not dumb.
Yeah. I feel like someone created Powerless just to be like, I can put a point to this person. And then it became a thing.
Powerless is for people who like to run KDL.
So I'll take a moment to recognize the meme that is Floatless.
Floatless. You have to mix high jump and just keep high jump through the whole game.
Shoutouts to MK Cocoon for actually doing that.
That actually sounds like a fun meme category. I could run that sometime. It would probably take some really precise, like high jumps and high jump cancels and stuff.
Yeah, there's high jump canceling. Slamming your face into the wall is burning.
Oh yeah, there's like this ridiculously long jump in World 4 that you have to get with burning or something. It's really interesting.
Sure of it.
Well, from what I've heard. MK, you gotta save the VODs of all your world records. All of them.
Yeah, wacky records, my guy.
Cocoon, save your full game BGTs.
The best BTT is your sob.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna head out and prep for the lovely next race. Good luck to Chooch and Blue Bomber. I'll be watching from the sidelines.
Very much. Cannot wait. I will be heading out and on to the other side as the runner. Goodbye, everyone. Exclamation point R in chat. Also exclamation point C in chat. Yeah, do good.
Goodbye, gamers.
Gamers. Repub if you agree.